What's up, everybody? Today, we have a special episode because the people from Banners of Ruin have asked us to play their game on the channel, which is great for us because we already love this game.
This is such a good game.
I've already enjoyed this game for many, many hours. I was going to play this on the channel eventually, even if they hadn't asked me. But they did, so everybody wins.
Yeah. That just means we accelerate the schedule and put it out today.
Yeah. This is a sponsored video. I will say, they're not paying me to say this. For my money, this is the best card-based roguelike there is.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is my favorite one.
Totally agree.
No one's paying me to say that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love this game. So, let's start a new game, shall we? So, and we're going to... I have several things unlocked. I'm not going to use many of them.
Yeah.
Because we're going to start relatively fresh. The two races you start with is mouse and bear. So we're going to start with a mouse and a bear.
Yeah. I tend to like the mouse class.
Yes.
Mice are focused on multi-strikes and using their talents and things.
And bears are focused on high upfront damage. Clearly that's sort of my thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can also tank pretty well.
Yes. Well, anyone can tank well.
Well, anyone can tank.
It's just that bears look like they can tank well because they're bears.
Yeah.
But anyone can tank well. So let's begin a campaign, and we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how this game works. Okay, so then this is sort of how the game progresses. Well, there'll be 3 cards, and you get to choose your options to go through. Some of which, like the early story stuff, is they'll have 2 blocked, and it's just you go through. So this is the Forgotten Tunnel. Raucous laughter echoes down the dark, damp tunnel. The Enders won't suspect a thing. So we emerge from the tunnel and we find ourselves in one of the guard bunks. Where the devils did you come from? You can't be here. And
we
so
fight.
we go into our first combat. So as you can see, we have our characters. There's 2 different rows. We can have up to 6 characters. The enemies can also have up to 6 characters. And then you have your set of cards, like in any card-based roguelike. Now, some of the cards will be character-specific. You see how that symbol on top of the shield matches the symbol of the mouse? The mouse is the only one that can use this. And each character, you have to choose the character that is going to use the card. So, for example, the bear has a 2-handed sword. His does weapon damage 8. But if I switch to the mouse, I guess his weapon also does weapon damage 8. But they could have different weapon damages.
Yes.
So it's important to figure out what characters you want to do where. I think we can just kill the mouse without even having to blink an eye. We can almost kill everyone. We can take him down to 1 hit point and kill him.
Again?
Yes. Because we... Oh, he has armor.
He has armor.
Armor is a thing that also exists. So, but it's fine. He'll die to the bleed.
So you'll also see...
So bleeding, start of the turn, character takes vitality damage equal to stacks of bleeding. Takes down by 1 each turn.
Yep.
For bleeding, he's dead.
You'll also see underneath each character's feet, they have the yellow number and the blue number. That is how
Yes.
many of each of those types of actions they can take each turn.
Yes, and the cost of the card is on the upper left.
Yep. Yellow is stamina, blue is the...
Very few cards cost will, but there are a couple. What will is mainly used for is up here, each character race has a specific trait that they can use using their will.
Yes.
So for bears, they remove all stacks of bleeding, crippled, poison, and windedness. And they gain 3 stacks of armor for every stack of ailment removed.
Yes.
And the mouse has, for each hit in your next attack, gain 3 charge power, which the next time it attacks, it does extra damage. And remove 1 fury and 1 charge from the target. So it basically, it makes you stronger, it makes the enemy weaker, but they really like multi-hit attacks because it's for each hit in your next attack. So mice are really into hitting you multiple times.
Yes. The other thing is that your stamina recovers each turn.
Where your will does not.
Correct.
So, I use the bear to do all the damage, and the mouse has got to be just picture of defense. And by using this card, he gets a take cover card where I can apply this to an ally. So I can be like, you're not blocking right now. I'll block for you. So then we just end the turn and we see what they do. And by they, I mean him, because the mouse is already dead. Underneath the enemy character, you can see what they're planning on doing, which is also nice. So he's planning on stabbing the mouse, which I guess we'll just call James. James is the mouse.
Hi, I'm James.
So he's planning on stabbing him for 6 damage and applying 1 bleed. So he's not going to live long enough to do that, but it's nice to know what his intentions are. Now, I have the bear specific card right here, Longsword, 8 damage and attacks all out targets in rank, which would be just in the row.
Yep.
But
if the mouse was still alive, it would have hit him at the same time.
yes. But so yeah, I could just kill him. We could kick involves moving the target, which is repositioning targets is actually very strong in this game for reasons that you'll see eventually. Momentum is a good mouse card. Discard a card and gain 3 attack for multi attacks. The more attack power that you have,
yep,
the stronger all the multi attacks are. But we can just finish this fight here. So you emerge victorious after 3 rounds. We get 85 monies, and we gain a card.
Yeah.
So now we can choose Warcry, apply attack equal to weapon damage, and move/swap to the front rank.
Okay,
so if you're in the back, you can move to the front.
Yeah, and that's getting you a bunch of extra charge, so
yep,
that's setting up for a multi-hit attack.
Distraction is unplayable. When this card is discarded by a character, choose an ally to apply 18 armor or an opponent to deal 18 damage to their armor. We have currently 1 card that allows for discarding, which was that momentum card.
Right. It's a very good card, but it's tricky to play.
And then Wretched Assault, which costs 4 stamina.
Which we can't play, or can the bear play?
I don't think the bear can play it, because I think it went from 2 to 3. So this is a card for the future. Deal 6 damage X times for each Ruin card in your discard pile and banish. Now, Ruin is there are various cards that can cause cards in your deck to be ruined. And what that means is for the rest of combat, you have these cards in your deck that they can be good, but they're almost always also detrimental to you.
Yeah.
It's like, deal 4 damage to the enemy and take 1 damage yourself. Kind of thing. So, and taking damage in this game is scary because it's not easy to get it back necessarily.
Yeah. Armor is easy enough to get back. Health, not so much.
So going for a full Ruin build is like the spiciest of decks.
Yes.
So I don't think we'll do that this time. Did you want anything?
Yeah, I don't have a super hard preference here, so
Let's just move on then.
I know that you don't really like the comboing it with the mice as much personally.
I mean,
not really your style.
I don't dislike it, but okay. So we're still in the tunnel here, so we can only go forward here.
So at the top of each card, you can see how many cards are in that pile.
Yes.
Until the next wall.
That'll become more evident next time. As you turn a corner, you find yourself confronted by a wiry figure, their identity masked by the dim light, but their noble birth betrayed by their fine robes. I know why you've come to Dawn's Point. The low, dry voice echoes into the cold stone. I can help you reach him. My family is being held captive in Old Town. Help us flee the city, and I'll arrange your entry into the keep. Find a boat and free my family, then meet us in the sewers below the royal court. Do as I ask, and you will have your blood. You exchange a solemn, understanding nod with the old wolf before he sharply hurries off.
Sure.
All right. So now this is how a lot of it goes. You're going to see 3 cards, and there's 3 decks. Sometimes they're all the same, so you don't really have a choice, particularly when it first starts off. So now we have 3 mice. All right, so this is our mouse's signature weapon. It does 8 damage, and if it breaks the target's armor, gain 2 attack.
Gain 2 charge.
Gain 2 charge, which it will break any of these armors.
Yes.
So Oh, and I do have 4 stamina, so I could have done that ruin one, but that's scary.
Yeah, no, it's very scary.
So who are these attacking? So he's going to attack you, he's going to attack me, and he's going to attack me.
Okay, so we can already show off some cool things. We can actually stop all of these attacks from happening right now.
Well, we can certainly boot one.
So we can boot the one, and we have withdrawal.
Yeah, which means that I can shift. Okay. So here, I'll be the reposition person today. So both of these guys want to attack me. I can prevent that immediately. With 2 stamina, I can use kick, and I'm going to just boot that guy to the back row. Now, for enemy attacks, they alternate between which rows can attack. Front row, back row, front row, back row. Unless there's only one row, then it's just front row, front row, front row.
Sure.
But if there are multiple characters, multiple rows, they alternate. So this person doesn't have a turn anymore. And when they're attacking, they target the space as opposed to the character. So this one is going to hit me. He's targeting the space that I am occupying. But I can just withdraw to over here. And now he's just attacking nothing.
So, question then.
Yes.
Why did you boot that one and not the one that was targeting the mouse?
Because the mouse has more armor. And can just armor up even more.
Yes, but if you had booted the one with the mouse, then none of them would hit anything. Because both of those two were targeting you.
Yeah. Well, it's because I'm busy trying to show off how everything works.
That's okay.
So now, and in fact, you can take that hit quite easily. So I'm going to.
Is this one of those games where you could have played the guard first and then?
Possibly. But it doesn't matter. You have enough armor to withstand that easily. And now your next attack will do much more damage. And hey, look, a multi-attack.
Yeah.
How about that?
So in fact, I feel like that's a real good use of the showing off this.
So now, for each hit in your next attack, gain 3 attack and
3 charge.
Yeah, 3 charge, and remove 1 fury and 1 charge from the target. So we'll use that, and we'll stab this guy in the back.
So that's going to do
15 damage. 18 damage?
I think it's 18.
Yeah.
Because it's 1 plus 5 because of charge 3 times.
More than he has.
Yes.
Just stab, stab, stab.
And because I used the ability there, he gained 3, 6, 9 charge. So now his next attack is going to do all that much.
Yes. And now we can see the all targets in rank thing with the longsword here. This is slice through everybody in that row.
Yep.
And now with your 9 attack, you can do way, way, way too much damage to this guy.
It's true.
Splat. Okay. No, there's Warcry again.
Right?
Deadly Thrill. Deal 10 damage. If target dies, gain 2 stamina.
So Deadly Thrill is effectively free.
If you kill something.
If you kill something.
And then Sweep Kick. Select a target. Move them to a vacant position on their rank. So you can move them sideways. Deadly Thrill is 10 damage. Ain't bad.
10 damage ain't bad.
And yeah, we'll go for it. Why not? We haven't picked a card yet. Okay. So now is where we start actually getting some choices.
Nice. So what are the different numbers?
The numbers in the top say this is how long the card will stay there for. So between the Wishing Well and the Blackfoot Stash, I have to pick one and the other one will go away. The Sage has a 2 though. So the Sage will stick around for 1 more turn if I don't choose to pick it now.
Right.
So the Wishing Well, you will gain a random upgrade token. Upgrade tokens can upgrade our cards in our deck in random ways depending on the token.
Yeah.
You get tokens that make it cost less stamina, cost less will, do more damage.
Sure.
The gambit.
Yeah.
Blackfoot Stash, a chance to offload, which I believe means that we can purge cards out of our deck.
Yep.
Which is good.
Very good.
And the Sage helps modify our deck in a couple of different ways. But the Sage is going to stick around for a turn. So I think I like the idea of getting
rid of things.
Thinning out the deck of the starting cards.
I agree.
Because those are always the weaker cards. You see a familiar symbol. Your brothers have been here. So we can remove a card or just leave. We're going to remove a card. So the guards and the strikes are like your typical, in a card-based setting, they're like the starter easy cards.
Yep.
That they'll get you through, but they're not great. So I think we get rid of a guard.
You think a guard first?
I think a guard first, because you currently have a shield, so that gives us an extra better guard anyway.
That's true.
And we're going to get rid of, ideally, all of the guards and all of the strikes at some point. So I think the guard is the best one to get rid of now. Okay, so now we have heavy patrol. This will be here for 3 turns, and it is a combat. So the guards are looking for us.
Yep.
Now Blackfoot Agents discards a random combat. So if I click that, heavy patrol goes away. But if I don't and I click the Sage, the agents will go away, and that'll still stick around for a couple more turns.
It's true.
But I like the idea of the Sage because I like fixing my deck. So I think we should go this way.
Yeah.
You approach the agent figure, who looks older than the knotted wooden walking stick he leans on. Some florins for a wise fellow, he croaks in a slow, faint voice. We can gain a skill for 100 florin. You can remove a card for 150. For 200, we can reroll a talent, which we don't really have talents yet. That's for higher level stuff. We'll get to that once we level up. And we don't favor beggars, and just leave.
Of course we favor beggars.
So this is gain a card, and this is remove a card, essentially. Yep. I think we gain a card. It's cheap. It's cheap, and we don't have a lot in our deck right now.
Okay.
Removing a card would be almost all of our money, and we need money for things.
Sure.
So let's see what we can find here. Mirror an opponent's armor stacks. In certain parts of the game, that's very strong. Draw 1 card and gain 1 vigor. Vigor is the next time the character loses stamina. He doesn't.
That's pretty good.
In natural selection, if target opponent has more health than the active character, draw a card. If less health, discard a card.
Interesting.
I think that I like either challenge or second wind for different reasons.
Yeah, I would have said natural selection would have been real good if we had taken the distraction.
Correct. So what do you like better between challenge and second wind?
I think I like the challenge.
All right. Challenge accepted. Okay, so we got a regular combat here. Or a quick round. Heal the party by 50%.
Well, we're not missing any health.
We're not missing any health. And we do need to get some experience. I don't know if I want to fight a heavy patrol. Because this is going to be a slightly harder combat than a regular combat.
Yeah.
So I say let's go do a regular combat here. We'll get some XP. Nothing too complicated. A couple of scoundrel mice.
Yep.
Okay, so... and they're both attacking you.
Yep. So I can just withdraw and not have to worry about that.
Yeah, you just be like, oh, I'm actually over here, sorry.
Whiff, whiff.
And then we can just, this won't, I won't get the stamina back, but this will kill.
Yes.
Because now that guy is bleeding out.
And then I can still use the strike
To just...
to take away that armor.
Not the turn. 1 goes blip. Oh, hey. This breaks armor. You get 2 attack. You don't say.
2 charge?
Yeah. I always call it attack because it's what it does, but it is charge.
No, it boosts your attack.
Yeah, charge boosts your attack. And then, in fact, check this out. We're going to discard that, which gives you just enough attack
to strike for 10s.
Ta-da!
Also, both of our characters are the same name. Whoops.
Dracum and Dracum. Ooh, Akimbo's a good card.
If you have
2 weapons, which we can eventually, deal weapon damage if dual wielding, attack twice more. It's
good.
So good.
But as of right now, one of our characters is wielding a 2-handed sword, and the other one's got a sword and shield.
But we can fix that.
We could.
Deal 6 damage, apply 2 weakness, and draw a card, or 2 vulnerable. This character receives 25% more damage from attacks, ticks down by 1 each turn. So that's always nice. And then another withdrawal. Which is one of our few cards that costs will.
Yes.
My vote is Akimbo, because once you get Akimbo rolling, it's so strong.
Akimbo is very strong, but we're currently unable to use it.
We can still use it. It deals weapon damage.
Well, that's true.
It's just that once you start dual wielding, it's really, really, really good. But it's not useless right now.
That's true.
So that's my vote.
Go for it.
And now we have levels. Dracum and Dracum. Okay, so would you like to upgrade your stamina or will?
So stamina lets you do more of the fancy, or lets you just do more stuff in general, but will lets you do more of the fancy stuff.
I will say that you start with very low stamina.
It's true.
So.
Are we allowed to look at the card first?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see what that is first.
So every other level you get a talent card. So right now you get options between lightning strikes, deal 4 damage times 3, gain 5 retaliate, which is whenever this character receives damage from an attack, they deal damage equal to these stacks of retaliate back. Attackers who use ranged weapons are not effective, and it lasts for just a turn. And if this breaks the target's armor, refund card.
Which is nuts.
But it costs 4 stamina.
Right, which I currently don't have.
But if you worked on your stamina, that card is nutty.
Yes, it is.
Throwing daggers. Next turn, for every card drawn by preparation, deal 10 damage to a random opponent. We don't have any preparation yet.
Correct.
Preparation allows you to draw additional cards. In Rising Storm, lose all stamina, gain twice that amount in charge.
Which is neat, but again,
your stamina is low.
So, based on these cards, I should upgrade my stamina.
Yes.
And then I think Lightning Strikes, even though it currently will be unable to be used, which will just bog down the deck, I think it's worth picking up.
Yeah, because that card is so silly good.
Yeah.
So, okay, so boom, boom.
And upgrade the stamina. Yep.
All right. And then for me, I'll look at my card first. Indomitable, remove all poison on this character and gain 12 charge. So, but it costs 3. Execute, deal 10 damage. If the target has no armor, deal 20 instead.
That seems like a lot.
And then Reckless Cleave, ruin a card in hand.
Yep.
Deal 20 plus weapon damage to the opponent's rank. Allies in your rank take 15 damage.
That's a lot of damage. That's so dangerous.
But it's only allies on your rank. So theoretically, if you did this, you would want this character in a rank by himself.
But it also ruins a card in hand, so...
Which you can build towards.
You can, yes.
But I'm not going to, because ruin is scary.
I agree.
So I'm going to get Execute. But this is a good card if you're building for it.
Yes.
If you're not building for it, it's a terrifying card. And I am not comfortable until I have like 4 or 5 stamina. So I'm going to pump up my stamina here. So one other thing that we can show off here is that we have equipment that we're going to eventually try to replace. And the equipment puts equip cards... handheld equipment puts equip cards into your hand, which is why the hatchet and the shield are cards in the deck, and the longsword. But there's also armor. So you have medium armor, so you start each combat with 14 armor. And I have light armor, so I start each combat with 6 armor, but I gain an extra stamina.
Yeah.
And we can hold up to 2 at any given time. So like we can have a couple in our backpack in case we're holding it for another character to show up, or if we're doing other stuff. And then here's the upgrade tab, where if we had upgrades, we'd put them in here to upgrade our cards.
Now, the question.
And we can also adjust our combat position.
Adjust where we start. Yep. Because I picked up lightning strikes, should we swap armor at least temporarily?
I know we absolutely could.
It's like I know that you like having the armor, the lighter armor, but this will allow that card to be usable.
Well, there you go. As you can see, we've swapped armor. Don't even begin to ask me how a bear and a mouse can wear the same armor.
It's magic armor.
We have an excellent tailor behind the scenes. Don't worry about it. So we have a combat. We have the heavy patrol still, which is on its last turn, and we have a merchant in trouble, which we can investigate. I said we see what's going on with the merchant.
We're here to help the people, right?
Yeah. So you see a merchant doing a shakedown with some thugs, or during a shakedown with some thugs. There doesn't seem to be any guards around. We can take a look at some goods while they're distracted, just gain 250, or we can defend the merchant, which will allow us to choose a skill.
Money's good, but we're here to help the people, right?
So you want to be honorable?
Honorable.
Okay. You approach the scene and address the thugs, brandishing your steel. If you're looking for trouble, you found it. It doesn't take long for them to excuse themselves. Thank you, strangers. I've never seen those brutes before. What are those sodding guards when you need them, I tell you? Please take something from my wares. Alright, so we got Instinct. Draw this character's next talent card from your draw pile.
That's pretty good.
Colossal Smash. Remove all of your armor. Deal damage equal to the amount lost. In Trauma, apply 4 Marked. Marked is when this character dies, stacks of vulnerable equal to the marked are applied to other members of his party. So that's good if you're about to kill somebody and they have a lot of friends.
Yes.
That said, Colossal Smash is always super tempting, because that could just be if you're gaining a lot of armor, this is just, you're dead. That guy right there, he's dead.
Yeah. And we did take the mirror shield card earlier.
Yes.
So we can potentially gain a ton of armor and then Colossal Smash with it.
Yes. It does cost 4 stamina, though. It is an expensive boy.
It is.
So, Colossal Smash?
Yeah.
Why not? Well, we're getting some very pricey cards. Oh, we drew a search party. That means that they found us.
Yep. So, now, did you explain what the numbers on top of each pile?
Yes, each deck has a number of cards in it. And once you reach the bottom, then you make it to the next section. But there are certain things that will kind of force you to go in one way or the other. And then there are certain times where an event happens and it's just like, this is happening right now.
Yep.
Deal with it. So, search party. Prepare for combat. They found us. Oh, so they got a beaver and some weasels.
Well, there's a Colossal Smash already ready to go.
And I can use it. I can just be like, I'm going to do 14 damage to somebody. I mean, 14 damage isn't that impressive.
It's really not. Now, but also pay attention to who's attacking what here.
He's attacking everybody. He's attacking everybody. And he's attacking me.
So you should probably...
Not give up all of my armor?
Yeah.
Or kill him.
Or kill him, yes.
Also, we have a rush and a momentum, and you're a mouse.
Yep.
So, if anything, I might need that guard, so we can momentum, discarding the strike, use your ability, then rush. That would do 12 damage, and set you up to do even more damage next turn.
That is true.
And it's like, I could Colossal Smash to kill this guy after that.
But then you'd take 10 damage.
Yeah, then I'm going to take 10 damage. You're already going to take 4 damage. Because that's doing... They're each doing 5 to the row.
Yeah, but they're also currently hitting you for 20, so which will do 6 damage.
Yeah.
So
I think we just do what damage we can. And we'll put a guard up somewhere.
Sure.
And I think we're going to be forced to take some damage. But, I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Okay, so we're going to momentum. Get rid of a strike. Gotta do that.
So do the extra damage and set up for
Yeah.
the next multi-strike.
Yes. So now you're ready to go next time. And then so you're gonna take 4 and I'm going to take 20. Well, so 6.
Yes. So I'm going to take 4. You're going to take 6.
So
So you need the guard.
I'll do that, and then we end the turn. Ow. Ow.
Yeah. We both took actual damage there.
Okay. Haha.
Oh. Ha.
You're gonna do some things.
I'm going to annihilate some things.
Well, let me murder this guy for free, real quick. just get him out of here. Okay, so let you take out the guy that's actually targeting you.
Okay, lightning strike kills him for free.
Well, not for free. It costs 4.
But if it breaks the target's armor, it refunds the card.
It refunds the card, which I mean it puts the card back.
Oh, gives the card back. Oh yeah. That's 13 times 3, which is 39.
And he has 38.
Yeah, so that murders him.
So that's
Yeah, it refunds the card.
Oh, okay.
Because
Cool.
if that put the card back in my hand, I'd be like, that's useless.
Well, unless you have a lot of stamina.
A lot of stamina.
And then you can break his armor to gain
2 more
attack.
charge.
And then
And we can round shield, and it doesn't really do any good. Oh, it does do good to kick him because.
Yeah. And then we'll just hand out some armor while he can't do anything, just to prepare. So since we kicked him, he couldn't do anything. Oh man, I can mirror his armor,
You could.
or I can execute him and almost kill him.
Yeah. Well, if I strike him first, then you can kill him.
If anyone strikes him first,
Well, yeah.
all he has to do is take 2 more damage.
That's true.
So you got a kill on guy. Let me sneak in a kill too. Okay. So we got well rested. Remove all winded. For every stack removed, gain 3 restoration, which is a way of healing.
Heal over time. Yep.
Brace. Gain anticipation. The next incoming damage this character takes is reduced to 0. Increase the stamina cost of this card by 1 this combat. So every time you use it, it gets a little harder to use.
Still not a bad card.
Not bad. An invigorating blow costs 0. Deal 8 damage. If final damage dealt is 13 or more, gain 2 stamina and gain 4 restoration.
That is really good for doing charge things.
Yes.
So I kind of like that.
You need about 5 charge to make this.
Yes. Which, if I just do my ability and then the basic multi-hit attack, I go to 9 charge immediately.
So, yeah, that could be pretty good.
So,
is that? I'm between Invigorating Blow and Brace.
I'm between Invigorating Blow and Brace as well. I think Invigorating Blow is situationally strong, plus it's heal, which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But Brace can potentially just stop a gnarly attack from happening.
Yes.
Which is why it's so good.
I'm leaning slightly towards Brace just because with Invigorating Blow, it means that all of your extra charge is being put into one attack. It's a good attack.
As opposed to the multi-strike.
As opposed to a multi-strike attack.
So put in the Brace then.
I think they can both save your bacon when you really need it.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a back alley, which is you pick a different a deck and just remove the next 2 cards from it.
Yep.
A boat merchant, which is an informant task. So we could potentially make some money by doing something for a boat merchant.
Yep, we did. We were told that we need to go to get a boat, didn't we?
I do believe so. So we could go into the combat. This will hang out for an extra turn, but I think we just go there now to see what happens.
Yeah.
You approach the merchant, who stares through you with glassy blind eyes. Greetings. What can an old fisher do for you? Or do you for? You explain you need a boat sent to the northern sewers. No questions asked. I don't like the sounds of what you're up to, but the less I knows, the better, he says reluctantly. 150 florins and you can have your boat. If that don't suit you, I've got other stuff to trade. So we can spend 150 just to do it. We can remove a skill from our deck. We can add a skill to the deck, or we can just leave.
Well, so the question becomes, how much do we want to do that informant thing?
I like
that's the story
yeah.
base basically. So we should probably do that.
Yeah. So let's send the boat. We got the money.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. So anxiety is bad. If we're ever forced to go that way, party takes 5 damage. Don't click it.
Why would we do that?
Because there could be situations where like there's like an elite combat and a blocked you can't use this.
Well, like Crossroads, where we actually can't take.
No, Crossroads is clear street to this death, which means that this and this would all get discarded to 9.
Ah.
But so we're not in a situation where we need to click anxiety, but there can be times where you have to pick anxiety, or you have to choose between anxiety and like an elite fight you feel like you might not be ready for.
Okay.
But I like hidden gems.
Yeah.
Why not? So we have this restores 5 vitality. That is a heal.
That's pretty good.
So we can attach a heal to a card. So whenever we play that card, we also heal.
Okay.
What do we want to add it to? Consider we want to also add it to a card that we're not likely to take out later.
That's true. It could be good on the brace.
Yeah, because it's a defensive card. It'll protect us from damage and heal us a little bit. So we can just be like, boop. So now it's upgraded, so it goes out of this pool, because this is the pool of upgradable cards. If I click on the upgrades, you can see it's right there.
And what's nice is we can take that token back if we want to, right?
Draw cards on slot 2. Yes, it does look like we can extract. Alright. So there we go.
Oh, so hey, look.
A heavy patrol. And anxiety.
Or we could just Crossroads and get rid of both.
Yeah, so see you later, guys. Combat. So this is going to be a tougher combat on the right.
Yep.
So,
which is better rewards, but also harder fight. And early on, our gear's not super great, so...
Okay.
Well, that's a good time for a longsword.
It is not a bad longsword. So just out of curiosity, they're attacking you, they're attacking you, they're attacking you. Okay.
Alright then. Well, I think longsword and then the deadly thing.
Slap, slap.
Because of the armor.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be able to kill any of them. I know what you're doing. You're going to gain armor, and then gain armor, and then gain armor.
Yeah.
You're just going to do that. You're going to do that. And then you're going to give yourself even more armor.
Yeah.
I'm
still gonna take 4 damage.
Yeah, but that was what I could do. Okay, we'll work on taking out that.
And then I'm pretty sure that I can still play the momentum even if there's nothing to discard. Yeah.
Aha!
Which is nice. Ow.
Look, we blocked most of it. Now we got a rush. So, you'll do 12 damage.
What are the other options on there? What are the other cards?
Oh, we can bleed guy. There's the solid footing, it's just even more armor. Withdraw, challenge, which is we took out all of their armor. And now
2 of them are going after you, the other one is going after me, but
he's gonna die. Yeah.
Well, he's gonna die if we rush him specifically, because the rest of our cards don't have attack.
Sure.
Oh well, sharpen steel.
But
so you could sharpen steel, but then the bleed is wasted.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be 12 damage. The rush will be 12 damage. So either way.
True.
Yeah, I will. I'll just do that.
I feel like you should then do the solid footing, since they're both hitting you.
I will, but in the meantime, I'm going to
You should pop that.
have you. Do you want to take this guy down to 2, or do you want to take this guy down? I'm going to say take this guy down, because the guy that has Taking that guy down to 2 is like... I feel like we're going to waste a lot of damage otherwise.
Okay.
Whereas taking this guy down to 10, there's plenty of cards that can deal with that. Especially now that you have +9 attack on your next attack.
Yes.
I'm going to gain solid footing.
Which stops you from playing more cards for the turn.
But it's my last 2 stamina, so it doesn't matter. And then...
And challenge does nothing, right? Yeah.
You can mirror their stacks.
I can.
Alright, so now I'm bleeding copiously.
But
what I can do is I can show this off. I can remove all of my stacks of bleed, and I'm going to gain 3 armor per stack removed. So, boom. I've stopped bleeding, and I have lots of armor.
It's true.
Okay, so I believe we can just kill them now.
Yes, we can.
So, because we drew every other attack in our deck. So, you kill him. Then I'm going to do that.
Alright.
Alright. Also, that akimbo went off, even though I was dual wielding. Did that count as dual wielding? Having a 2-handed weapon?
Shouldn't have.
More testing will need to ensue.
Oh, another rush.
Another rush. We got reserves. Draw a card for each character in your back rank, which we currently don't have anyone in the back rank. Back rank characters gain 1 vigor and banish. And then upper hand. Deal 6 damage. Apply upper hand. When this character deals a total of 30 damage to an opponent, they gain 1 max stamina this combat and banish. Okay.
So that's a good card for a boss fight, where you can slap the upper hand debuff on a dude that you're going to do 30 damage to.
Okay. And this is good for your stuff.
My multi-hit stuff, yes.
Although I will say baseline rush is unimpressive.
It's not super exciting, but it gets the job done.
I think I like upper hand.
Upper hand is good. We are getting close to our first boss.
Yeah, we'll try to gain the upper hand on him. Okay.
Oh, we got options.
So off-duty guards. If we clicked on this now, it'd be a boss fight. But it has 1 turn until it expires, and then it's going to turn into something else. So let's wait on that. Let's see.
On expiring, it spawns drunken guards.
Yeah.
Which sounds much easier to deal with.
Yeah. Well, we got Lightfoots, which just buy cards, but we're a little low on money. But Intelligence is just free XP.
That sounds great.
So I'm going to take the free XP. And now the off-duty guards turn into drunken guards. Drunken guards just give you money.
You beat them in gambling. What are the other two, though?
Overzealous guards is something we'd have to investigate. And courage is a chance to improve, which is basically, if I remember correctly, it's take damage now for a permanent stamina gain.
That's okay.
So...
But we also could use the money.
I do think we're going to need the money.
And there's no downside to just taking money. Like the other two may have downsides. Yeah, so that's just good money.
Alright, so we got 2 fights, and we have a sanctuary, a chance to heal, and we are somewhat injured.
We are both wounded.
So while we could, we're close to leveling, but let's get some heals going. Turn a corner and find yourself in a less than reputable part of town. Many of the structures are in disrepair, and even the light seems to avoid this place. Up ahead, you see people nestled in a small sanctuary. Before your eyes can adjust, the smell hits you first. If you're not sick, get out of here. I haven't got time to deal with you. Violence, we haven't had time for this. Ruin a card. Heal a character to max vitality. Haste, let's go before we catch something. Or Mercy, we have wounded. Heal a character below 20% vitality to max.
Unfortunately, we don't have that.
So we could ruin a card
to heal one of us,
and be a jerk about it.
Or we can just go.
Yeah, I guess we'll just go.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Sadly.
Thief, another one of those. You only pick this if you have to. It's just minus 100 florins.
Yeah.
Combat or execute, where you have to decide the fate of this guy, supposedly.
He looks like a guard.
Well, let's see. You meander through the narrow passages of the city when you hear a command from behind. Halt! What's your business? You and your men take down the guards in a swift response with ease. One mouse remains, trips and falls back into a corner. Please have mercy. It's just doing my job. What should we do? Execute him, ruin a guard. Mercy, let him go. Leads to a random outcome.
Yeah. In my experience, mercy is a dangerous option because he can immediately grab more guards and be like, "Look at these saps."
Yeah, but look.
But I don't like ruining cards.
And we're the good guys. The mouth believes a heavy sigh of relief. Thank you. I don't know what to say. I don't have much, but please take one of these as a sign of my thanks.
Hey.
Haha. Field dressing. Remove all bleed from an ally and apply 5 armor.
Okay.
Less good just because I'm a bear.
True, but you can only do that like once.
Yeah. If target opponent has more health... Oh, yeah, we've seen that one. Blood Ritual. Deal 3 vitality damage for every stack of bleed on this character. So it's just you want to be bleeding.
Yes. Which is the opposite of what you do.
Yeah.
But field dressing would be good to get bleed off of the mouse.
Yeah, but it's so specific. It's only when bleeds happen.
It's also just a better shield.
Yeah.
One stamina for 5 shield.
Yeah, I suppose it is a shield plus benefit.
Yeah, even if you don't have any bleed to get rid of.
Okay. If you want field dressing, we'll take field dressing.
I think the field dressing will be mediocre most of the time and then really, really helpful in specific situations.
Okay.
Oh.
So we got Crossroads, which would discard these two. We have Altar, chance to improve.
Hey.
And then Thief, still don't want to do that. Well, let's go to the Altar. You're navigating some narrow shortcuts when you hear a crash behind you. One of your party stumbled through a rotten wooden wall. You peer in and see a Humber cedar wood shrine. Smells like home. There's no signs of inhabitants, and the candles are freshly lit. Who erected it? Choose a character to just have more health.
Huh.
Well, we both have a max of 32. Do you want to be a tank or deeps in the long run?
Probably more deep sea.
Okay, because I also want to be more deep sea. So then that doesn't solve our problem.
I could do a tanky then.
I mean, we don't have to. We can both be deep sea.
Not true. Look, the
Here you
bears.
go.
Okay. I was gonna say the bears got more size to them. He should have more health. All right. Now we're getting to the bottom here.
So Tavern. Thankfully, it gives you this little number, 450. That means that there's a new unit that we can hire for 450.
The number there is the lowest amount of money you can spend on a unit there.
Yes. Otherwise, you can go to the smithy, which has provisions, basically cards you can buy.
Yep.
And the monastery heals up, which also wouldn't be a terrible idea because we are missing some health.
That's true.
But for my money, quite literally, adding party members
now
ain't bad.
Adding party members is not necessarily straight good because every XP that you get is split between all party members.
Yes.
So having a smaller party means that they will level up faster. But having more party members means you get more stuff.
Yes. So let's start with what we know. Here's a bear. He's got medium armor. He's got a hatchet and a shield, so he's got the same equip setup that you have. And his talent is battle tempo. If active character is in front rank, deals 1 times 5 damage. If in back rank, gain 1 times 5 armor.
Okay.
Okay, so that's him. Then we have a wolf. A wolf we haven't seen yet. It's not going to show us what he does yet. But I can tell you from memory, wolves can mimic the abilities of other units. And equipment, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not equipment. Maybe it's just...
Well, we'll find out. If we buy him, we'll find out.
Wolves can do stuff. He's got superior heavy armor. So he starts each combat with 38 armor and gains 10 armor and 2 winded every turn.
Right.
So he loses stamina every turn, but he gains armor every turn. It's like super tank.
Yes.
And he's got an S-Stock, which you would immediately want on your mouse.
Yep.
So you would just steal that from him. And he's got a wing mace. He's dual wielding.
He goes for a Kimbo.
Yep. And then Sacrifice. This character loses half of their vitality. Apply the amount lost as regeneration to another ally.
That's pretty good.
So far, I think he's winning for me.
He's definitely better than the bear.
And then we have a Weasel.
Which is easily my favorite race that I've seen so far.
Also superior heavy armor. He's got the winged mace and a heavy shield. The heavy shield's a little expensive, but gain 18 armor and an anticipation. He's got sulfuric bomb. If active character is in the front, target rank gains 5 poison, so it's just a whole row.
So poison is that everyone in the row will take 5 damage and then it will tick down. Oh,
No,
sorry.
no,
It
poison ticks up.
Poison ticks up. That's
Yeah.
right.
Poison is bleed, but meaner.
Yes. Woo!
If active character's in the back, target rank gains 10 poison next turn. So front rank, 5 poison now. Back rank, 10 poison in 1 turn.
That seems pretty good. And it's a banish, so it's a one-time use.
Correct. So I think it's between the Weasel and the Wolf. I like the Wolf mainly because I think his power is versatile, and you get the Estoc, which is probably the best mouse weapon in the game.
It is very, very good. And honestly, if he didn't have the S-Stock, it would be an easy Weasel for me. But that S-Stock is very, very good for what I'm doing for the...
Yeah.
But the Weasel is... Because the Weasel special is poison daggers.
Yes. And weasels are very poisony.
Yeah. And they're so good. Easily my favorite. But you like the Wolf for his versatility, and that S-Stock is very strong
like that sword's going in your hands.
Yes.
So... we'll hire him.
If we had more money, we could technically hire multiple characters, but we really don't.
Yep. So now...
But before we do that...
At the hideout. But... so we got another character.
Yep.
I'm going to go right to the equipment. We're just going to trade those over. So now you have the S-Stock. And he's got the hatchet.
Now, do you want yourself to have the two-hander or the 2 one-handers? Because you could swap that out.
I'll stick with the two-hander for now, mainly because it looked like it set off akimbo, and I still need to test. And either way, like he's got that. The real question is, you got the shield. Do you want to be full-on tanky boy right now, or do you want to... Well, actually, you can't be full-on tanky boy right now because you need 4 stamina.
Yeah.
You know what?
You want to be full tanky?
I'll do it for now just because I think I'm going to... like, I have more stamina to spare, and I don't need 4 personally.
Okay.
So I'll essentially have 2 stamina every turn.
Sure.
But a ton of armor.
I'm also thinking...
And I'll put myself in the center. Just not that it really matters, but...
Sure. I'm also thinking that I would like to swap my shield with the Wolf's hand axe. Because the hand axe still allows me to gain charge. So I'd like that to be a mouse thing in the deck.
Makes sense, makes sense. Okay. So...
effectively, it doesn't matter who's wielding it. Someone can do damage with it.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that I have the option of either gain charge or murder with charge.
And now we're at our first boss, Spitter. Famous among the criminal underground in Dawn's Point, the mouse packs a poisonous punch for his size. There must be a bounty on your head.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, they got a beaver barricade. Oh, we start poisoned.
That's not good. Well, you could technically get rid of that at any time, which is nice. Same with your winded, which is really nice.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to do it right this second, but...
But I think I will because, like I said, poison upticks.
Yeah,
And
but poison upticks and then you can get more armor off of it. Because you remove all stack. Well, right? You do remove stacks of poison, right? Yeah. And it's 3 per stack removed. So
That's true.
You could be a little spicy with it. I just already have the lightning strikes, but unfortunately I'm not set up to do it cool yet.
Yeah, but it's fine. So, should probably take care of some of these side guys here. I got my long sword, so I can just swipe at the back. So I'm going to try to avoid these barricades if I can. Just break some of their armor here.
Sure.
Taking cover. Oh, while this character's behind a barricade, they can't be targeted. Okay, so
Longsword barricades then.
Alright, here we go. Let's execute the barricades. Stab barricades. Yeah, I think, as sad as it is, I think...
Well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I was going to say, I might as well have someone else execute it.
No, if anything, you can...
Just
charge. Yeah, charge up, because it is a 3 attack.
That's true.
Might as well. We'll get through at least one barricade this turn.
That's true.
Yeah, and we'll break the middle one first so you can go right after the bows. Execute this barricade. Barricade has been executed.
Who's attacking where?
So I'm getting a hit, you're getting a hit, and then everyone's taking a hit. So he's going to take cover and then give that extra armor to you.
Yeah.
And in fact, you could also just leave.
Yeah, you as well if you want. Although you got more armor.
I got more armor.
And you're gonna gain 10 armor each turn. So.
Yeah. So I think you just step out of the way.
I can't.
I think you just... Nope.
In fact,
I can watch this. You ready for this?
Keep in mind, if you do that withdrawal, you won't be able to use your power later.
But he can. Also, his power. The character may play any other character's wielded card, weapon or talent.
Okay.
So he can use anyone's anything.
Yes.
Provided you spend that extra will. But I think I'm going to take away his willpower by swapping him and you.
Okay.
So that way he will take those extra hits, and you will just take this one swipe, which you can handle.
Barely, but yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm vulnerable. Poisoned. Okay. You are actually dual wielding, but I feel like I need to know.
So something happened because I lost my charge.
You sure did. I'm not sure how that happened. Okay, I'm testing waters. That works. I'm dual wielding.
Uh-huh.
Each of my hands is on a weapon.
I suppose that's true, but I don't think that's how that works.
Let's see. These guys are both swiping, and now that symbol there, that targeted symbol, that means that wolf is himself being targeted. Wolf can move anywhere, still get hit.
Okay.
So you can't move away from every attack. That said, do we just start leaning hard in on this boss here? He's the only one not behind a barricade. I feel like we could just go in hard on him.
Still says that he's taking cover.
No, it's just a buff that he has while this character's behind a barricade. He gets
Gotcha.
targeted. But I clearly just targeted him a second ago. You're not going to break any armor, but just do the damage while we can. In fact. And then I'm going to have you take the extra blocking there. And then set yourself up.
Yep.
I think damages will be dealt this turn.
Well, nothing we can do about it. Ow.
Yeah. Brace is pretty good though. Alright, he's attacking your space. And he's attacking my space, and then 10 damage to the lot of us. You're probably going to do the most damage, but you have a charge going. So that's kind of unfortunate. You're also being targeted by him. I think you're going to have to be the one to brace here. In fact, you might brace and solid footing and have other people worry about the damage for a second.
That's fine.
He's also sort of in a way, but he's not being specifically targeted. So... No, you're going to brace because that will heal you and prevent that damage. So you'll still take the 10.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, but he... Yeah, I guess he's also going to take the 10, and he's got 13 less hit points.
That's true. But there's also challenge sitting right there.
That is true.
It's like someone can literally just be like, I got 24 armor now. Although we probably can't target them, can we?
Let's find out. Yep.
So we can still get 17 armor.
That is true. I challenge you, Barricade.
Haha!
Challenge accepted.
I feel like someone should throw the upper hand on the boss.
I want it to be you, but then I'll give up your 3 charge. But I still think that's probably worth it.
Probably.
And then I still think your footing shall be solid this day.
Yeah.
And then as for me, I'm gonna pop you there, and then I think I'm gonna take a vulnerable this upcoming turn. So I think next turn is when
Next turn is when you pop that.
I pop that.
I think I agree.
All right. Things are happening. Boom. Pop that. You can do 16 damage to a barricade.
Yep.
But I think at this point we just burn this guy down as hard as we can. And I want you to do as much damage as you can because it's sort of a thing you got going on here.
It's true.
Unfortunately, I can't kick anybody because there's no vacant back positions.
That's true.
So the wolf is being targeted and everyone else is being swiped. The wolf is not feeling so good. I think he's got to put that guard up.
Yep.
Then we're just gonna. You do the damage if you can.
Kick him.
Got him. That'll learn him.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Things are bad.
In fact, wolf just poisoned to death.
Well.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Well, he wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. He used his pip early.
No, he didn't.
He did.
The wolf still had his.
No, the wolf used his early with the switch.
Oh, well then, whatever, man. I think I saw him with an extra will. He might have had 2 will as a character.
Maybe.
Either way, no, you don't have a will.
Which is unfortunate, because I could have rushed and then S-docked.
Yep.
Which I still think I should, but...
We can kill the boss
Yes.
Will the fight end or will it keep going?
I have no idea, but I mean, what other options we have here?
All right. Well.
Do you want to do that? Again, I could rush an S-Stock and...
Look, we're in it to win it.
I know, but if I had rushed and S-Stocked, I could have both gained the one... I could have killed him myself.
Oh, yeah, I
and
suppose.
gained,
Look, I'm panicking because we're gonna die. Not you, I saved you. You're gonna live this turn. Dang it. Everything's fine.
It's probably fine.
Oh
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Get him.
I mean, guard, field dressing. I currently am surviving the turn with 1 health.
No, you're not.
Why was that so much?
We were vulnerable.
Oh, I missed it.
So yeah, this game can be difficult.
It's true. Yeah. So that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, we showed off a lot of what the game has to offer,
Yeah.
which was the point.
If you enjoy this game, it is now out available on Steam. There
Woo!
should be a link in the description. Go get it.
Yes.
And yeah, this is just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So highly recommend this game. Like I said, I think it's the best game of its genre. I've said that for a while now, by evidence of the dozens and dozens of hours of playtime I have in this game.
Yes.
So yeah, if you thought it was neat, you should go pick it up. And I guess with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye.